Welcome to the model of Will's Watermill and Ollie's Bakery. The mill is fairly old now and it looks like it does need some maintenance. As you can see from the missing plaster showing the brick underneath, the weeds in the gutters and the rotten timber. Ollie's bakery shop is open and hoping to sell you some bread and pies. They must be working in Will's mill as the doors are open. Please take care on the stairs as they look rather rickety. The water wheel is undershot, which means that it's fed by the stream which runs underneath rather than over the top. The speed of the wheel is controlled with a control or shut gate, which controls the water flume. The water wheel outside powers the pit wheel, which is in a hole in the ground, and that feeds the wallower wheel. This turns a shaft which goes right to the very top of the mill. The great spur wheel above the wallower feeds another spur which powers the millstones on the floor above. Moving to the stone floor, where there are two stones, the runner and the bedstone. These turn inside the tun or vat. When they are warm, the stone crane here lifts them out, turns them over, allowing the dresser to redress the furrows. We are now moving up to the hopper or bin floor. The main shaft continues through the floor and turns two more spur wheels which will drive a pulley. When the miller pulls the ring on the rope, the belt is tightened, which turns the shaft at the very top. This shaft turning winds up the chain which hoists the grain sacks from the ground far below. These are pulled up through trapdoors which close afterwards, making it safe. Here you can see the sack hoist and the sack barrow. Bear in mind these are very heavy sacks of 100 weight or 50 kilograms. The hoist works by turning the handle which raises the sack up to make them at a more manageable height to be able to drop the grain into the hopper. Moving then to the stone floor. On the wall you can see some of the dressing tools such as the bill thrift, the facing hammer, the mill bill and the pritchel. These are used when the stones are worn to redress the furrows in the stone. When the grain is put into the grain hopper above, it comes down and feeds into the top of the stones. The grain is helped to run with the downsel, which is a vibrating square wooden shaft on top of a spindle, which taps the grain into the millstones. The top stone is called the runner stone and the bottom is called the bedstone. The gap between the stones is adjusted with a tentering screw. When the grain runs low in the hopper above, there's a warning bell which alerts the miller to prevent damage to the stones. You can also see the desk with a record-keeping ledger. Moving down to the meal floor, this is where the flour comes down the spout and is controlled by the gate and is then allowed to fill up the sacks. All of the bags are weighed with the weighing scales and the weights. Welcome to the bakery, where they've been working very hard. You can see the oven to the right hand side, and at the back there are loaves proving and waiting to be cooked. There are mixing bowls, and on the table there's various bread, pork pies, pasties and cakes, all waiting to be sold. There are weighing scales hanging from the ceiling, and there is a cupboard on the back wall. We've now moved to where the baker lives above. You can see on this table his plates and knives, bowls and a pork pie which has been cut into. On the floor there are straw mattresses as well as some storage trunks with a cupboard on the wall above.